It's another high school softball broadcast live on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook, as it is chilly here in Rapid City, to say the least, as did not plan to pack the long johns and a blanket. So we'll see how poor planning plays into effect here a little bit later.
I'm going with the 4 layers tonight.
You've done this whole outside thing before.
Yep.
I usually get to be stuck in the booth and sweating. So either way, well, welcome into our KDSJ Sports broadcast of high school softball live on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook Live. It's the Spearfish Lady Spartans, 0-1 on the season, trying to take down the Giant and West River high school softball in the Rapid City Stevens Lady Raiders. As we again live from the Parkview Softball Complex here in Rapid City. Welcome into our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to first pitch, being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair with locations in Spearfish and in Sturgis. As the Rapid City Stevens Lady Raiders, this is their home opener. They had their first 2 games of the season postponed, so they have not even played a game yet. Meanwhile, Spearfish, I was supposed to play them last Tuesday. That game got postponed from weather. They will see the Stevens Lady Raiders, I believe, next week in Spearfish. So these 2 teams will get to know each other very well within the next 12 days. And we start off with the first game, I guess, of this 2-game series, you could say, between Stevens and Spearfish, and that is right here in Rapid City. As again, Spearfish 0-1 on the season as they dropped their first contest of the year back on Thursday, a 4-0 loss at the Fort Meade Softball Complex, and Spearfish starting the season on the road as now they're here in Rapid City and to take on, again, last year's consolation champions in high school softball in the Rapid City Stevens Lady Raiders. Good evening. Live here from the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, the official sports medicine provider to high schools in the Black Hills and in Northeast Wyoming. It's Clayson Davis and Paula James again on the call here tonight on KDSJ-TV. Paul, I lost my train of thought because I'm trying to warm my hands up, and it hasn't even been that. It hasn't even been that long.
No, it's going to get chillier too tonight. So
yeah.
So be ready for that. But yeah, early season softball still. I mean, we're not incredibly deep into this, and like you mentioned, Stevens has already had 2 of them postponed, and actually, this technically is the game that wasn't postponed. This one was scheduled for here tonight.
Sense.
The one next week is actually the one that was postponed. So that will be back at the Keating Resources Sportsplex in Spearfish.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the deal there. But neither here nor there. You got to play your opponent no matter where you're at, and it's only 45 minutes away. So ready to roll tonight. And kind of looking back to game 1 that Spearfish was able to play versus Sturgis. Pretty decent defense for the first game of the year, I thought. They made some plays in the field that weren't necessarily easy-peasy plays, but were able to come up with a double play in the game, a couple of diving stops that some of their infielders made, a couple of long stretches at first, some fly balls in the outfield that sometimes can give you trouble, especially on your first games of the season. But they made some plays, and that coupled with some pretty decent pitching from Emmy Johnson, kept the score low. It was 4-0. Now they just got to get some hits strung together and develop some offense. And
we will actually, this is poor planning on my part. My gloves don't work with the computer. So.
There is a mouse in there, I think.
There is?
I think so.
Are you kidding me?
Let me see if there is. You keep working there.
Okay,
I'll see if I can.
I'll try to. Actually, we're going to let our sponsors work for us, and we'll go to break. And we'll come back and lay the foundation to this matchup, being brought to you by Heiseling Concrete. Head coach Bill Lupkin of the Spearfish Lady Spartans joins us next as it's our countdown to first pitch live on KDSJ.
From fender benders to deer crossings, it's just part of life. When it happens, take it to Jake's Collision Repair with 2 locations in Sturgis and Spearfish. Locally owned and serving the Black Hills for over 15 years, Jake's delivers top quality repairs using state-of-the-art equipment, advanced training, and eco-friendly paint systems. Their technicians are ICAR and PPG certified, and they work with any insurance company. So when collisions happen, and they will, choose Jake's Collision Repair.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees, whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
As we continue with our countdown to first pitch, being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair, I am now joined by head coach of the Spearfish Lady Spartans softball team and head coach Belle Lupkin. Anyways, coach, we appreciate the time.
Of course.
So before we talk about the Lady Raiders today, I want to talk about Tuesday's contest where you guys lost to Sturgis 4-0. Initial thoughts on your team's first performance of the season in Sturgis?
I think it's pretty obvious what went wrong. We just couldn't hit the ball. If you can't score, you can't win games. So on the other side of the ball, I thought our defense was really solid. We had some really big plays, some plays that I don't think in the past we've made as a team. So that was exciting to see. But, yeah, if you can't get on base and can't score, then you can't win. So that was where we needed to improve in that game, and I think we all knew that. So
first, I want to talk about the defense. As like you said, Coach, your team made some plays that the Lady Spartans might not have made in seasons past. Talk about the development of your defense and how the outfield and the infield were able to play behind Emmy Johnson to force some key outs.
Yeah, I think, a lot of those girls hadn't played together before, so, you don't really know what to expect. We've worked really hard preseason, getting them ready in practices and working on defense a lot. I would say I'm a big defensive coach. I tell my girls nothing gets me excited quite like a big defensive play. So I do prioritize that, and I think we saw that in that game. We had a really awesome double play. We had a great relay from the outfield to home to get a runner out at home. So those are just big plays that if you can make consistently, have a big impact in the game. So I think if we can keep building on that and then add the bats to it, that'll make us really competitive in the future in this season.
What were some of the coaching points for your team in practice this week to be able to hit the ball better, especially with Rapid City Stevens next up on the schedule?
Yeah, we really focused. So yesterday at practice, it was a big hitting day. We focused on intentional at-bats. We went through pitch counts, talking about what pitch we're looking for, what do we want to do with that pitch, just little tweaks to our swings to make us more successful at the plate. So I'm hoping we can go in, now that we have those first game jitters out of the way, go in level-headed, intentional when we're at the plate and make things happen.
What was it about Jana Johnston from Sturgis that made her pitches so hard to hit and also made her a weapon defensively for the Scoopers?
I think she was really good at getting ahead in the count early. We were not attacking her first strike a lot. And I think that, she was really good at that and really good at using that against us. Once we got behind in the count, she had a really pretty changeup. She had a pretty solid rise ball that went out on us, and she got us swinging on them a few times. And she was able to strike a lot of our girls out once she got ahead in that count. So.
What were some other elements of practice you tried working on this week? I know we talked about being able to hit the ball better, especially with Stevens coming up here with this contest, but what other things did you guys focus on in the one day of practice you had this week?
Kind of the mental side of it. We talked about the positives of the game. I think especially teenage girls can get caught up in what they did wrong, so we did take some effort to talk about the positives, especially in the defense, specifically stuff they were proud of in that game and how we can build off of it. A big thing for me as a coach is I always tell them the physical errors aren't what's going to make me upset. It's the mental stuff, mental errors, not knowing where we're going and stuff like that. And like I said, I thought they did a good job of that. I thought they kept high energy throughout the whole game, even though they were down right away that first inning. So there was a lot to be proud of, and I wanted them to focus on that, but also know that, we have things we need to improve and put both into play tonight, hopefully.
How is the health of your team going into tonight's contest versus Stevens? I know we saw Abby Fireeisen had a little bit of an injury during that Sturgis contest. What's her status and the status of your team going into tonight?
Yeah, Abby is good. She just tweaked her knee. She went and saw our trainer. She's good to go. Just got to wrap it. And then, we have a few out right now. We got one of our outfielders is out with an injury. We have a infielder out with a broken finger, which is the same as Tuesday. So Our lineup will be similar to Tuesday, and then hopefully next week we'll have a couple more girls out there. But honestly, I was really impressed. Our right fielder, Everly Whitlock, she's an 8th grader. She was not going to be pulled up to varsity, but then we had some injuries, and she was able to kind of step up, and she did great out there. So that really eased my mind going into this game as well, knowing that she's capable of stepping up and handling it.
Now looking at your opponent tonight, the Stevens Lady Raiders, kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to West River softball. As you look at this year's team, they haven't played a game yet, so it's hard to look at film when they don't have any from this season. But from your experience, Coach, what does Stevens do so well that make them hard to beat?
They're just really solid all around. They can hit the ball. They have usually solid pitching. I know they lost their big ace, but I'm sure they have some good arms, and I know they can play defense. So I think they're just overall a well-rounded team, which makes it really hard to beat them, makes them really competitive if you can do that. So I'm excited to see what they have this year. I know they got a new coach, so I don't know if that'll change kind of some of the ways they play, but I'm excited, and hopefully we can be competitive with them.
And, Coach, finally, what are keys to a win tonight to get your first win versus the Stevens Lady Raiders?
I think my main things for us is, intentional at-bats, continuing that big defense. Hopefully our pitchers can continue to be successful on the mound, and then just energy. I always tell my girls, you can beat teams with energy. So as long as you have that and you're playing solid ball, that makes you more competitive. So we just got to be overall more well-rounded tonight on both sides of the ball, and hopefully that can get us in the game tonight.
Perfect. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us here with KDSJ Sports, and good luck in this matchup.
Thank you.
That is head coach Belle Lupkin of the Spearfish Lady Spartans joining us with our countdown to first pitch, being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair. We've laid the foundation to this matchup, being brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. It's time for a Friday night high school softball. First pitch coming up next.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heiserling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heiserling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heiserling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heiserling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Beef Logic, Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base Sports Nutrition Program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
As we're back here with KDSJ Sports, it's our countdown to first pitch being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair, the Black Hills home team for collision repairs at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish and off exit 32 Junction Avenue in Sturgis. As that was head coach Belle Lupkin joining us here with KDSJ Sports. I see multiple people with blankets here, and I'm kind of sad I'm not one of them.
You know what? There's a whole bag right there
Oh,
it's got blankets in it and everything.
You guys are amazing.
Look at that. See, my wife and I know
wife.
that when you go, unless it's July, you need the blanket.
You know, you guys are.
So
I'm
good for now.
I've never been more toasty. Okay, well, let's do a softball game.
Yeah.
Speaking of the softball game at hand, again, live from the Parkview Softball Complex here in Rapid City, as that was head coach Belle Lupkin laying the foundation to this matchup, being brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. You can give them a call at 605-210-2320. Let's dive a little bit into the visiting team some more, the Spearfish Lady Spartans. In the last 2 seasons, 1-7 on the road. The one road win coming versus Aberdeen Central last season. Spearfish, again, growing program. I believe this is just their 2nd year of high school softball, so still trying to get their wings underneath one another. And again, it's some players out today as well for Spearfish, and that's what head coach Belle Lupkin alluded to back in our interview. As again, some of these players never have really played together. I mean, she pointed out Rosalind Dobson. She said she wasn't even expecting to move her up to the varsity level, but had to because of injuries, and she played right field really well back on Tuesday.
Or are you referring to Evie Whitlock, perhaps?
Evie
Whitlock. Yeah, she played right field very well. Did a good job. Made a catch out there. Hit cutoff men when they needed to. Hit the cutoff person when she fielded a ball. I mean, those are little things you think, but one of those direct cutoff hits led to an out at home plate. It kept a run off the board and got an out on the board as well, too. So those little things. And if you can get everybody contributing, even being as young as they are, and you mentioned Rosalind Dobson as well. Roz at short has played short quite a bit over her career, but she's young. She is only an 8th grader, and she did a fantastic job. Had a diving stop, came up throwing a little bit late on one, turned to double play, started to double play, fielded numerous other balls there as well. Unfortunately for her, dropped one as she was going back, but picked it up, had the presence of mind to throw it to third, and got an out at third. So, you make a mistake, but just do better after that and do what you can after that, and several players did that.
As, again, the defense for the Spartans giving up 4 runs, but really seemed like that defense kept them in the game since the very start of the contest. I mean, they had, I believe, 1 run given up. Pretty much all 4 runs were scored. 3 of the 4 runs scored or before the halfway point in the game. And aside from that, Spearfish, once they hit that 4th inning, really started to get things figured out on defense. I mean, the outfield played had some great plays. Really the entire defense played really well behind starting pitcher Emmy Johnson. And again, the Spartans and head coach Belle Lupkin, and she said that she's more of a defensive coach, or likes to think of herself as a defensive coach, as she can deal with the physical mistakes if you drop a ball or something like that, but the mental mistakes is something that the Spartans have been plagued with, especially from last season. You didn't see very many of those mental mistakes back on Tuesday.
No, it was a pretty clean game from a mental standpoint, and you are going to physically have those things that happen every now and then, but at least you knew where you're supposed to be, and you knew that you had an opportunity to make the play rather than just being in the wrong place when you shouldn't have been there to begin with. So, if you can get rid of the mental mistakes, usually the physical takes over, especially after you get a few reps in. And now what they need to do is they need to string some hits together.
Yes,
if they can get some hits strung together and get a little offense, even a little pressure on the other team. Again, that was only a 4-0 game. So you put 1 or 2 runs on the board, and that makes the other team think about, hey, we're only a run or 2 ahead, and they've already scored. So, it can change the game big time.
Yeah, Spearfish, their last contest, only 5 hits versus Sturgis. No one reached third base as well. So
And another thing, of course, you're going to commit outs. It's going to happen. It's part of the game. Try to make contact with the ball. There was 14 strikeouts. Johnston had 14 strikeouts for Sturgis. So if you can cut down on the strikeouts and just a ball in play, sometimes makes the other team make a play. You have to make a play. They could potentially commit an error. So if you can get the bat on the ball, good things happen.
As Coach Lupkin also alluded to that mindfulness at the bat, at bats as well, putting some pressure on the opposing pitcher instead of having the pitcher control the game, as that was what happened a lot back on Tuesday. Johnston, she, again, 14 strikeouts. That's mainly because she was up in the count really from the jump before the Spartans really realized it when it came to their at-bats. So Spearfish, they worked on hitting back on Wednesday. We'll see yesterday. We'll see if any of that pays off here in this contest. Again, they're facing a Rapid City Stevens squad. Lost one of their best softball players in school history last season, but they always have arms and they always have talent they can go find.
Yeah, they do, and it's just been a really good program. Even before it was sanctioned, there was fall ball where it was kind of a club sport, a club where each school would put together their teams and they'd play in the fall. Always has been a very good, probably the top program here over the years, even back when it was just fall ball before school sanctioned ball.
As Rapid City Stevens, under a brand new head coach, Jeremy Koloff, assisted coached by Tanner Waggy. They're the consolation championships from last year's state tournament with a win over Brandon Valley. They're 10-1 at home since last season, so very good here in Rapid City are the Lady Raiders. Finished 6th in points last year as well. They beat number 11 T-Area in the Sodak 16 last season 10-0. So again, these Stevens Lady Raiders, again, really good here in West River High School softball. They've lost some pieces from a season ago, but if you look at their roster, a few of these names we've heard before, like Sadie Hunt, Kara Cox, and Marley Sayumanatafa, Macy Muth as well. So, again, a lot of these athletes we've seen on the volleyball floor and the basketball floor that they're also swinging the ball and swinging the bat and throwing the ball here for the softball team as well.
Yeah, they are. So multi-sport athletes here with Stevens. They've got a few of those, and, of course, even the ones who aren't multi-sport, pretty darn good at playing softball too. So we'll see what transpires here this evening as we get set to go. I'm sure we'll have lineups and maybe a national anthem coming up.
Yeah, coming up soon.
Just a little bit.
Last season, Spearfish 0-2 versus Stevens. Game 1, they lost in Spearfish lost in Spearfish at 10-1 back on April 10th, and then the Game 2 on May 13th, it was Stevens 20-2 last time the Lady Spartans played here in Rapid. So
yeah, they're a team full of hitters. That's for sure.
That is for sure. Let's see if Spearfish in that defense, they can ride some of that defensive momentum they gained back on Tuesday. We are getting closer and closer to first pitch. Coming up next, it's our matchup menu and our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups. It's our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to first pitch. Continuing after this.
Real value starts at Unix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, your hometown dealer on West Jackson and Spearfish. Shop our wide selection, schedule expert service, and see the just-arrived Jeep Cherokee and Jeep Grand Cherokee. We're dedicated to helping you drive home happy, whether you're searching for a new ride or keeping yours running strong. Stop in or visit our website to experience the Junix difference. Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, where service, selection, and savings come together for you.
Make eating better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made-to-order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood, all with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90, exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
The Stadium Sports Grill is where sports fans meet in Spearfish. The Stadium is locally owned and operated, and they carry the NFL ticket, NBA package, college sports pack, and stream all BHSU and Spearfish Spartans sporting events. Their famous steak tips and hand patty burgers will satisfy any sports fan. The Stadium is a full bar and grill, open daily for lunch at 11 a.m. and serving brunch on Sundays starting at 10. Plus, don't forget the scoreboard on Ryan Road next to Safeway. See you soon at the Stadium Sports Grill, Main Street, Spearfish.
And welcome back here to the Parkview Softball Complex as we are just moments away from first pitch national anthem. Currently happening here on KDSJ. So with that, we'll take another quick timeout. Come back with our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups in the first pitch. Thanks for joining us on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Fisher Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of tons. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today's game.
It's back. The $9.95 Thursday Steak Special returns to Deadwood at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. As you dine on delicious bites, watch the Gold Dust Casino action from a table overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 200 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. Then use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels located off Main Street, right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting golddustdeadwood.com.
And welcome back to Rapid City. It is time for first pitch. Welcome into our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups, being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish. Let our family care for your family. And we'll start off with the visiting team, the Spearfish Lady Spartans, and they will go like this. Batting number 1 is Venora Carlson. She is playing left field. Rosalind Dobson, an 8th grader. She is playing a shortstop. Liv Johnson, she is your starting catcher. She's batting 3rd. Emmy Johnson, your starting pitcher for Spearfish, batting 4th. Olivia Lyons, she's playing 3rd base, batting 5th. Batting 6th, Taylor Tennant, 2nd base. Batting 7th is Abby Fireeisen, the senior. She's playing 1st base, healthy from that tweaked knee back on Tuesday. Meanwhile, batting 8th is Everly Whitlock, the right fielder, and batting 9th, it is Caitlin Lyon, as she is playing center field. Those are your batting orders for the Spearfish Lady Spartans. Meanwhile, for the Rapid City Stevens Lady Raiders, it's Macy Muth batting 1st, and she is also your starting pitcher for Stevens. Batting 2nd is Nora Tideman. She is playing 2nd base. Batting 3rd is Cara Cox. Playing 3rd base, Audrina Koloff. She's a sophomore. She's batting 4th, playing shortstop. Number 20, Hazel Russell. She is batting 5th. She's the catcher. Batting 6th, Taylor Kokesh. She is the first baseman. Batting 7th is Bristol Mayer. She is the left fielder. Batting 8th, number 32, Adelie Stroyer. She is the designated player. Batting 9th is the number 12, Kara Collins. She is your center fielder. And the flex player is number 4, Aaliyah Curtis. And she is the right fielder. So that's a look at your Dana Dental Arts starting lineups for both teams. Paul, final thoughts before we get underway? Helps when I turn you up.
It's going to have to be a clean played game. Spearfish has got to, play some good defense like they played the other night and try to get those bats going early on. You got to come ready. Stevens is going to throw strikes.
Yes.
So the second you step in the box, you got to be ready to swing the bat. You can't look at two pitches and be in the hole 0-2 and then be expected to do something on that third strike. You got to strike early, be ready to go.
As again, Spearfish back on Tuesday got behind the count versus Sturgis really from the entire game, and that allowed Jana Johnston to have a great performance in the circle. So look for Spearfish, see if they can get some more confidence hitting, especially versus Macy Muth, the junior starting pitcher, the righty. She'll start off throwing the ball for the Stevens Lady Raiders. If you can get some pressure put on the pitcher and get ahead of the count, it just helps your confidence, and then you get to be a little bit more picky when it comes to choosing your pitches as well.
Most definitely, and as you look at our view from center field, this is in the opposite side of the pitcher that we usually have. That's the only place we could get out there. Clayson, Clayson didn't want to climb a 10-foot fence. So.
That wasn't really, I didn't stretch. I did legs the other day. I had about 5 pounds of equipment on my back, and I'm not trained for that stuff anymore, Paul.
No, not ready to go. So, but nonetheless, still a great view from behind, so we can see where the pitches end up in there and who's swinging at what. Again, that strike box you see there over home plate is only approximate.
Yes, it is not completely 100% accurate, but it is as close as we could get it.
Yep. So here we go as we get set to start tonight. Of course, Spearfish, the visiting team. They will lead off and start batting in this one. Venora Carlson will have the honors.
Carlson, 1 for 3 last game with a hit. 33.3% average. 333. Numbers are hard. Again, one of 5 hits for the Spartans that they had yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. Tuesday versus
yesterday.
Sturgis.
Yep.
So here we go, Muth in the circle. And here's the first pitch, and it's going to be low for a ball.
Interesting to see what kind of speed. That's one of the number one worries of a team when you step in against a pitcher you haven't seen before. Not only the speed, but then the change in speeds.
Mm-hmm. Next pitch is high for ball 2. So Carlson hasn't even had to swing the bat yet and is already up 2-0.
Then that's a positive. A lot of times against Sturgis, they were up there 0-2.
Next pitch, that's going to be a hit right toward first, and there to make the play for the easy first out for the Lady Raiders. That's first baseman in, I can find it, Kokesh, Taylor Kokesh.
And we take a look at it there. You can see just chopped it, went easy roll right down to first base. So now batter number 2, Roz Dobson, shortstop.
Dobson fouls this one to the back net. Again, it might look like the fence is crooked on our screen, but that's because we are right at the corner of the cage. So it might look a little wonky, but good thing you're not going to be staring through that view.
The whole game.
Exactly. So after the foul ball, next pitch is fastball that's also clipped off the top of the bat and back into the net for Dobson. So now she's trailing in the count 0-2 with 1 out.
And maybe that was the message there. We're seeing Carlson took a swing, early, grounded out, but Dobson's up there swinging the bat too.
Next is going to be a bounce pass that.
Wrong sport, but
yeah,
I see what you mean.
Hits the dirt before it makes contact with the mitt. First ball of the count, 1-2, 1 out. Spearfish here at the top of the first. With first pitch almost pretty much on time at 6 o'clock. So,
all right, that's good.
As Limp Bizkit once said, we're going to keep on rolling.
Okay.
The 1-2 count. Next pitch, high for ball 2, and we're tied up in the count.
Good job on the box placement there. I think you're pretty close.
Oh, you helped me with it. One thing to note.
It does have to go up a little.
Okay, well, I'll fix it the next chance I get. One thing to note, though, our camera is also looking through a chain link fence. So if it might see a little bit blurry on the outside, that is the fence I'm trying to avoid.
And a foul ball off to the right again. So Dobson a little behind those pitches, but kind of watching them. And, again, that gets better as the season goes. You get used to seeing pitches. You get used to seeing live pitching. Your reaction, your timing gets better.
So 2-2 count still for Dobson, the 8th grader. Next pitch, and it's going to be a slow roller that goes right to Muth. Muth makes the catch throw. The first is there for the second out.
Yeah, kind of a little nubber. Looks like it came right off. We'll take a look here. If it came off the nose of the bat, yeah, right off the end of the bat.
Just looks like it died.
Pool cue, you know, right off the end of the bat, and it just dies, like he said. So easy play there for the Raiders.
So that's going to bring up out number 2. And for the Lady Spartans, here's Liv Johnson. One of the 2 Johnson girls we'll see. And able to find strike zone on the first pitch. Macy Muth ahead of the count. 1 strike to 0 balls. Yeah, I do need to put my square up a little bit.
Johnson, both the Johnson girls, Liv and Emmy, both a hit the other night in Sturgis.
As Johnson flies this one, that will hit against the net and bounce back into play. If they catch it off the fence.
No.
Okay.
Cannot do that. You can catch it, nice job, way to go, but there's no out.
You know, I had to ask.
Yep.
Liv Johnson with a hit as well. This contest, both Liv and Emmy with hits.
That was a good pitch, just a little high. Boy, that was close to the zone there. And it was a changeup.
And Spearfish last game did not make it to third base at all. So we'll see if Spearfish can find the offense. 1-2 count. Next pitch outside, ball 3. Ball 2.
Johnson being a little bit selective up there. It's tough to do when you got 2 strikes on you, but she's picking the right ones to watch.
Count tied up at 2. Deuce is wild across the scoreboard. Next pitch is high, ball 3. And we're at a full count.
So Liv doing her best, trying to work herself on base.
Big spot for Muth. Trying to not allow the first walk of the game. Full count pitch. Here we go. And it is going to be hit, or that's going to land right behind the shortstop. And a base hit on a full count by Liv Johnson. And that's almost an identical start to Sturgis back on Tuesday.
Yeah, Johnson did a good job. She was selective. She found a good pitch to drive. Of course, the pitcher, Muth, did not want to walk her, so she was going to serve one in there and try to make her say, okay, go hit it, and she did. So
it's going to bring up Emmy Johnson. Her twin sister now on the bat, also with the hit last game. And first pitch will bounce off the turf, and Johnson will advance all the way up to second.
So now in scoring position as Spearfish will have a shot here. Base hits a run, usually.
As, again, this is the first game of the season for the Lady Raiders as well. Spearfish already with 1 game under their belt. Here at the top of the first inning, 2 outs. Emmy Johnson, pitch is high, ball 1. Ball 2, that is.
Yeah, 2-0 count. So, again, in the driver's seat now is Emmy. So, again, you're not forced to swing at something like so many times they were against Sturgis the other night.
Next pitch.
That was right there.
Strike 1. Good speed on that ball from Muth.
Looked like Emmy was taken just kind of to see, okay, where are you going to put it? Well, I'm going to give you a chance to throw a strike before I'm going to start swinging. So here we go now.
As now Johnson with the change of pace.
Yep, change up. Yep. You are correct.
Got her swinging for strike 2. You could tell that ball did not have near as much zip as the first 3.
Yep, and that was the setup. Show the fastball and then come back with the changeup. Now you got to be ready for anything here.
2-2 count. As Johnson fouls this one out and will hit on top of the crow's nest.
And we do have a net over our heads.
We do, so we are
completely safe.
We are safe. Cars in the back 40.
Yep. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna get a hit there.
We are set to roll for a softball game. 2-2 count, runner on second. Next pitch, Johnson shoots this one to the back fence again for another foul ball. So the mind game and the chess match between Muth and Emmy Johnson continues.
Now you got to hang tough here. Of course, don't let anything close go. You're swinging at it. Coach Lupkin would rather see you go down swinging than looking at something that's going to be called for a strike. So be aggressive here. You get a base hit, you maybe get rewarded with an RBI.
2-2 pitch. Johnson's going to foul this one. That bounces right off the dirt. So we play on. Again, this is just loading up the pitch count for Macy Muth, all the way now up to 22 pitches in the game.
And that it gives your hitters down the line confidence, too, to know that the girls in front of you aren't just going up there and getting 3 pitches and striking out right away. They're battling. They're getting the bat on the ball, and you know, hey, I can do that too.
Here we go, 2-2 pitch, and Johnson, another foul ball.
Now, I can tell you this. As a pitcher, you're way more frustrated than the batter. The batter's like, oh, I'm staying alive here, and the pitcher's like, I can't get this person out. I just want him to swing and miss. I want, you know. So it's frustrating for the pitcher here as well.
Next pitch, that's high. And now we're at a full count again. Muth tried throwing some high cheese, and Johnson wasn't having it.
I'm guessing fastball all the way here. You run the risk of walking her if you throw a changeup.
Here we go, full count pitch, and straight down the alley, strike 3. Let's take a look at that on our Tropical Smoothie Cafe replay, see how close we were. She was. Stares at it the whole way. Again, the square is unofficial.
And we're not directly
behind.
Yeah, but good pitch, too close to take, but it's a strikeout. And the Spartans get a hit but leave one on. Do not score in the top half of their first. We'll take a 30-second break. More on KDSJ-TV, Spearfish, and Rapid City Stevens.
Clutter and chaos, the Container Queen has you covered. At False Bottom Creek Containers and Storage, we've got premium containers and custom sheds fit for royalty. Whether you want to buy new or used, she can handle the delivery. High cube, side doors, double doors, you name it, she's got it. Visit fbcccontainersandstorage.com or call today. False Bottom Creek Containers and Storage, home of the Container Queen.
Missing a meal just like Mom used to make? Now you don't have to. The Millstone Family Restaurant can fill that void. From a hearty home-style breakfast served all day to daily specials to the soup and salad bar, the Millstone is your place for classic comfort food made fresh all day long. Locally owned and operated, the Millstone is part of the Spearfish community. Don't be shy. Pull up a chair at our table. Whether you're a local or if you're only in town for the weekend, make yourself at home at the Millstone Family Restaurant off I-90 exit 12 in Spearfish.
Welcome back to the Rapid City's Parkview Softball Complex here with KDSJ's coverage of high school softball. Spearfish with 1 hit. Runner got clear to second but was stranded there as the starting pitcher, Macy Muth, faced 4 batters, allowed 1 hit, and she will be first to bat for the Lady Raiders here on KDSJ. Muth, a junior, and she'll be followed by Tideman, Cox, and Kohlhoff. Starting pitcher for Spearfish, much like it was on Tuesday, enter Emmy Johnson, the sophomore pitcher/outfielder, the righty. Gets her second start of the season versus the juggernaut Lady Raiders.
Threw 99 pitches on Tuesday.
So this is unofficially her 100th pitch of the season, and it's in the dirt for ball 1. Johnson on the season with a 5.25 ERA.
Yep, because that averages out how many runs the other team would score over the course of, I don't know if they do it a little different in softball as baseball, but it's usually an ERA, your average amount of runs scored in 9 innings.
This is a pop fly up toward the infield, and the catch is made by the shortstop.
Yeah, Roz Dobson there, camped underneath it, got the glove up, and that's actually probably better because as you can see the angle of the sun, it shines right at short or at third. So that one came from clear up above straight up in the sky, so a little easier to look up and see that ball than a line drive coming right at you in the sun.
So Muth out. And next up bat is going to be Tideman. And
again, you're going to face hitters here. They're going to get their their cuts in, Stevens is, especially if you're around that strike zone.
0-1 count. Johnson goes inside, got it for strike one.
So Johnson, as long as you can live around the strike zone, again, a team like Stevens that wants to be more aggressive, they're probably going to take their swings at those pitches and not let them go.
This one's popped up into the sky, headed right toward us, but there's a net that catches it safely. Well, isn't that pretty neat?
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Going to keep on rolling all the way down and fall into the field of play where a bunch of elementary school kids will fight for it.
That's correct.
More importantly, it makes it a 1-2 count with one out for Tideman, Nora Tideman, the sophomore. And there's ball two.
And taking a little bit of pressure off the pitcher with getting that first out.
Next pitch, high and outside. We're at a full count.
I got to buckle down here. At least make her hit it.
Johnson, see if she can wing one in there. Here's the full count pitch, and it is a tad outside. And that will walk Tideman the first.
It was a good pitch. It was a competitive pitch. It wasn't a pitch that was obviously a ball, so that's what you want your pitcher to do.
Next up, Kara Cox, third baseman, senior. Next to bat. As
a little bit outside. Brett Distel behind the plate there, Law on the field.
Law on the diamond.
Yeah.
For being
Law on the diamond. He is, he's
cool.
got a pretty, there's a nice pitch, a good changeup. And he's got a pretty solid, pretty consistent strike zone. And again, that's what you want when you're a pitcher or a batter. You just want it to be the same. You just want it to be consistent. And now we call the ball, yep.
1-1 count, runner on first, still one out. Cox batting now for Stevens. Coming up next is Kolhoff, Russell, and Kokish. Next pitch, and it's going to be chopped right there, right down third base line. Throw from third is there for the second out.
So the runner advances to second, but yep, second out as we see Olivia Lyons playing over there at third. And we see the other angle and the throw across the diamond. Of course, Johnson.
See the other angle.
Yep. Johnson, hey Duck, you're at the you're right in the line of sight there. Get down.
Move.
So the good throw from Lyons there. So two out.
Fireeisen with the catch at first. And it seems to be that the knee is not bothering her at all.
No, she had the knee injury and it just kind of wigged her out a little bit. Kind of gets weak at times, and there's a swing and a miss. Nice job there, and the runner goes down to third, and the throw there not quite in time.
So it was a swing and a miss, but Johnson dropped the ball dropped the pitch.
Yep.
That allowed the runner to move to third, so base hit will score here for Stevens with a 1-1 count. And Johnson, Kolhoff fouls this one to the net.
And again, that's Stevens, a team like that has to score runs, especially against the really good teams out east. You have to be aggressive. You have to take any chance that they give you to move your runners up.
Here's a drive down the left field foul line.
Yep.
Foul, yep.
So two strikes there, 1-2.
Couldn't see there was a cameraman in my way.
Yeah.
1-2 count, two outs, runner on third. Next pitch is low and in the dirt. Ties the count up at 2 apiece.
Nice stop by Johnson there. Again, that one hit the dirt and rolled in, but you got to keep it in front of you because they're coming home.
Padding here in front of the fence. It doesn't have that hard concrete like at Black Hills Energy Stadium, as that's high for ball 3. Walk here would put runners in the corners.
Again, one good pitch. You got to make one good pitch to get out of the inning.
Russell and Kokish and Mayer to follow. Full count pitch. And this is a drive out toward left and will fall foul. In fact, will fall out of the ballpark.
Yep, and Johnson there just trying not to walk her, hoping she hits it to somebody or at somebody there. Rather make them earn it.
Still a full count, still a runner on third, still 2 outs. Next pitch. High, ball 4, and Kohlhoff about took a swing at it. Now,
did they appeal? Oh, no, we're going to have perhaps a new runner or
no, we're having Russell come on because Russell is the catcher. So she had half of her stuff already on.
I got you. Okay.
And then realized she had the bat.
Yep, here we go.
Wonder if her teammates like, wow, so I guess you don't have faith in me.
First and third now.
Runners in the corners, and Johnson starts with a strike.
A good job by Johnson to come back. She's been pretty consistent, pretty close around that strike zone the entire time thus far. Again, 2 outs on the board, no runs in yet in this game.
Bottom of the first inning. Next pitch, and it's a drive that goes right by third, and it sounded like it hit someone.
It hit the base runner there, and she's going to have to take a second. So now
that right in the back.
Now that's why you line up when you come down the base. You stand in foul territory, because if that hits you when you're on the line or in fair, you're out.
You're out.
So,
but she was standing on base.
But it was
right.
Well, she was just leading off.
So if it hit her and she was off, wouldn't that be an out?
No, because she's in foul territory, it's not an out.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep. But it still hurts.
Yeah, that was Tideman. I got struck in the back. She's toughing it out, still at third. But also it puts Johnson ahead of the count.
0-2.
0-2.
So again, one good pitch here. One good pitch. That's what you're thinking.
Runners in the corners. Next pitch, and it's going to be swung and just barely nicked at the bottom of the bat for a foul.
Yep. So tried a little curve there, a little change, something to keep the hitter off balance. You don't want to key in on fastballs constantly.
So still 0-2 count. Next pitch for Johnson. This is a drive out towards center. Coming to make the play, and it's there. Catch made by Caitlin Lyon.
Yeah, Caitlin drifted over. Again, looks so comfortable out in center field. Did a really good job the other night catching some fly balls, and she did it there again. So no runs on the board. We got one full inning played. 0-0. Spearfish coming to bat, top of the second. South Dakota High School softball on KDSJ-TV.
20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC-certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience, and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14, Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
If it can be imagined, it can be created. Eaton Construction in Belle-Fourche specializes in site development for your next commercial project. Size is no issue. Earth moving for grading on any level. Utility installation for single projects or entire subdivisions. Whatever the project, Eaton Construction has it handled. Gravel hauling. Construction of roads from scratch and down to basements. You know who you need for the job. Eaton Construction. Call 605-210-2223 today. That's 605-210-2223.
Welcome back to Rapid City High School Softball, live here on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to KDSJ-TV so you never miss another live sports broadcast. And for sports and news info from around the listening area in the Northern Hills, follow us on Facebook at Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ. You can also watch KDSJ-TV live from our Facebook page as well. Top of the second, we're still scoreless. Spearfish up first to bat, and they will start off with Olivia Lyons. And Muth still on in the circle and throws high for ball 1.
Boy, I should have reminded you to square
up
a little bit.
Yep.
we'll adjust that.
I'll work on that now, and
Okay.
you can talk about what's going on.
All right. Well, so it is a 1-0 count to Lions as she stares down Muth. And there's a swing and a foul ball out of play. So a 1-1 count there for Lions as we get things a little bit more adjusted. Again, if you watched our game the other night or seen some of our baseball so far this year, you've seen the new addition of the strike zone square that we have there. And again, this is unofficial. It is not an official one like you'd see maybe on network television, but it gives you a pretty good idea of where the pitch needs to be. Now a ground ball to short and the throw over to first for the out.
Solid defense from the Raiders. Routine play made. Kolhoff to Kokish.
It was almost like a half swing. Again, Lions did that the other night too. She kind of had a half swing and lined it up pretty well and drove it into right center for a base hit. And now Abby Feiereisen.
Senior with a base hit last game with the ending of the contest versus Sturgis, and looks at strike one.
Drove one in the right center gap, had a double. Several of I think everybody on the team who got a hit is batting .333. They were 1 for 3.
You'd be correct. Feiereisen swings and reaches on the changeup for strike two.
Yep, just throws the timing off there, and of course, you set on a speed, and then the speed changes, so you have to adjust on the fly.
See if the senior can battle back. 0-2. Next pitch from Muth. High and outside for ball one.
See that one sail, and the catcher having to reach across her body over to grab that one.
Russell, the catcher for Stevens. Macy Muth, the junior, still starting in the circle in the Raiders' first game of the season. 1-2 count. High again, and we're tied at 2-2.
Good job to leave that high cheese there. Again, that looks like a massively huge disc coming at you when it's right in that spot and you're tempted to swing at it.
So 2-2. Next pitch, this is the opposite direction and in the dirt. So after Feiereisen with 2 strikes, stares at 3 balls, and now we're at a full count.
I think Muth tried to change up there and it slipped out of her hand.
You can see how Muth almost like wipe off the ball a little bit. Here's the full count pitch, and Feiereisen with a drive that lands in front of right, and that's going to go as a base hit for Abby Feiereisen.
Nice at bat. Good job there to fight back. Took a pitch and called for a strike, swung and missed at 1, and then adjusted there and drove it to right. So a base hit.
It hits it off the top of the bat, but she swung hard enough that it got the distance. So that's going to be a base runner for Spearfish just with 1 out. Feiereisen, her second hit of the season.
And here comes Taylor Tennant.
Also, Abby, a local TV star. Interviewed when the Spartans first got here by a local TV station here in town. So going worldwide.
Yeah, right. Well, we were before that. We're going worldwide now. You can get us anywhere.
Oh, yes. We called it first.
Nice job by Tennant there to hold off on that one. That one right at the top, just above the zone. And I think that zone that you've got there on the screen looks pretty darn good, pretty close, pretty accurate. Again, right above the belt to right just below the knees.
Well, thank you.
And she held off on that one as well.
She wanted to have a crack at it, and then you saw that ball rise, and she checked up right at the last moment.
Yeah, good job.
So 3-0 count with 1 out.
I see 2-1 on the board, but I'm not sure. And a swing and a foul tip for a strike. So he's checking
so it's
his
2-2 now. I thought it was a ball.
Yep, he's going 2-2.
Okay, well, I missed something. 2-2, high again. Now we're back at a full count.
Good battle here by Tennant. She's being very, very good with selecting the pitches she's going to swing at. She's left some of those high ones that you can't really handle go.
So here's full count. Feiereisen at first. It's going to be high, ball 4.
You could see if we look at that one again, I don't know if you'll have that, but watch it just right above the box. Just above.
Ooh.
Just
on the wrong side of the line.
Yeah.
So that puts runners at first and second. It's the second full count that Spearfish was able to get on base. The opposite was true on Tuesday versus Sturgis. And now here comes Whitlock. Whitlock showing
nice
bunt that lands right there in front of the plate. That's going to be an out, though that advances both runners to scoring position.
Oh, nice job, Abby. Whitlock asked to bunt in that situation there. Squared late.
Great bunt.
Just dropped it right down. The catcher was forced to go to first. She did her job. She just wanted to get the runners to move up. And a good throw down to first there. The catcher picked it up and stepped out, gave herself a good angle.
Nice play by the catcher. Able to find the bunt right away and find it. Now here comes Caitlin Lyon. And now it's going to be on her to score 1 run. She swings and misses for strike 1. Lyon, a junior, and made that play from center field back at the bottom of the first inning.
And Caitlin can get her bat going. She'll get there. And that time looks at strike 2. So she will get her bat going. She had a really good year last year. She had quite a few base hits last year, and she's fast. She's fun to watch on the bases.
See if she can hit one in a big moment here for Spearfish.
Big spot.
A down in the count, 0-2. Muth to the pitcher. Here's the throw. High, and it's going to be popped straight up in the air. Coming in on the infield's third base to make the catch, and she does, and Spearfish leaves 2 on third and second.
Again, baby steps, so she got the bat on the ball, popped it up, but again, did not go down, and the strikeout gave herself a chance. You never know, sometimes there's errors, but not that time. Still no score. Going to the bottom of the second. Good one here early on.
Oh, yeah.
Spearfish and Stevens back after this.
Has been helping families see clearly for over 50 years. They're more than just an eye care center. They're part of your community, committed to keeping your family's vision healthy and strong. From kids' first eye exams to the perfect frames for every family member, they're here to make your experience easy, affordable, and comfortable. Come visit Pillin Optical, where your family's vision is their top priority, because seeing life's special moments starts with healthy eyes. Pillin Optical, caring for your family one pair of eyes at a time.
Todd Poling and the A&W team are excited to be bringing the classic A&W brand back to Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. And they're even more excited to be cheering on the Spearfish Spartans. Stop in for delicious burgers, chicken tenders, cheese curds, and of course their world-famous root beer made fresh in-house every day. Scan the QR code on your screen or mention the code Spartans25 for 10% off orders all day, every day. A&W and Spearfish, inside Walmart on 1st Avenue. Let's go Spartans!
Collisions.
Bottom of the second inning. Good one here in Rapid City. And heads up, people behind us.
Head on a swivel, right?
Playing some practice. Looks like just some practicing some softball out here in the field behind us. And they about had a welcoming present. As here at the bottom of the second inning, Emmy Johnson still your pitcher for Spearfish. Leading off for the Lady Raiders, number 33, Taylor Kokish, the junior. And Kokish starts off with 1 ball and 1 strike. Now make that 2 balls and 1 strike for the, let me see here, the first baseman.
Yeah, Johnson around the strike zone still. Again, 2-1 the count.
Next pitch. This is high, ball 3. So Johnson has thrown at every single side of the strike zone except the center.
Yep. Got to buckle down here and see what she can do. And that one was just a little low. She tried to drop it in there, so a walk to lead off the inning for Stevens. Those walks, darn it, they come back to haunt you sometimes. So we'll see if Emmy can kind of reset here, get herself back into the strike zone.
Bristol Meyer, the junior, next to bat. Left fielder. And Johnson low.
I like that spot, though. It's a good spot. Just an inch or 2 higher there. Really give the batter the feeling, hey, I better swing at that. That might hit the bottom of the strike zone, and then lots of times that you get a ground ball out of that. And that one in the zone.
Fastball from Johnson. Ties the count up at 1 apiece. Again, first game of the season for Rapid City Stevens. Consolation champions last season in the 2025 high school softball state tournament. under first-year head coach Jeremy Kohoff, assisted by Tanner Waggy. Belle Lupkin, head coach of the Spearfish Spartans, Jeff Codwell, and Christine Rice-Lupkin, the assistant coaches for the Lady Spartans.
And now the pitch is getting a little bit away from Emmy there.
It's a 3-1 count now for Johnson. Danger of her second walk. Drive that goes out toward right will fall foul. Helps out Johnson, as now it makes it a full count. So she just needs one more strike, and she can record her first out and her first K of the day as well.
That would come at a perfect time.
Here's a hit that goes on the wrong side of the first base line. So we'll keep it here at 3-2, and Kokish will head back to first. Full count, Emmy Johnson with the windup. Here's the throw, and this is going to go right to shortstop. Play is made at second. Throw the first is not going to be there. It's going to go off the dirt. Fire Eyes and has to go chase it down. The throw to first, throw the second. She's not going to try it. And one out was recorded, but Kokish reaches second on an error.
Yep, the Spartans trying to turn the double play there, but nothing doing. Getting down the line pretty quick was Kokesh.
So Spearfish does record an out, but it does put a runner in scoring position. Here's Adelie Schroyer, the DH this contest, or the DP that is. High cheese thrown by Johnson. Schroyer wanted to try it, but checks up at the last moment. Next pitch, Schroyer chops it off the bottom of the base, a throw to first, and
that is going to be a foul ball. That hit her in the box, and it took a little while, but home plate umpire Brett Distel did make the right call on that one. It came up, hit her, and then rolled into the field of play.
And just caught the very tail end of that play.
And I'm sure Spearfish would love to just have that be not a foul ball, because they did get the out there.
Yeah. Would have been out number 2 and kept the runner playing at second.
Ooh, that was a good pitch there. Fairly close for Johnson now.
2-1. Next pitch. There's.
Ooh, a little out. He pointed outside. Yeah, so, boy, that was a close pitch.
From this angle, it looked like that was right down Omaha Street. So now a 3-1 count. Runner at second. That's Mayer. Pitch, and that's also.
That's going to be called a strike?
That is a call to strike. Staring out, not from their screen, staring out to the cage, trying to look through a cage, a batter, and an umpire. And that one is low for ball 4, and that puts runners at first and second.
So a couple runners getting on here. I wonder if at some point Coach Lupkin will come out and just kind of let Emmy get a chance to catch her breath here, settle down a little bit. But runners on first and second. There is one out.
Kara Collins next to bat. And first pitch, a bit low.
Just below the zone there, so no strike called.
Collins, a junior, swings and misses on the inside pitch for strike 1.
Now that's a good spot for Johnson to live as well against certain hitters. So you can see certain hitters are way ahead of it and are ready to pull that ball, but others, you can work yourself inside and get strikes that way too. You just, as a pitcher, got to think about what those batters did the times before when they were up, kind of keep track. And as a catcher, the catcher needs to do that as well for you. Now a foul ball out of play.
Johnson needs an out. Only one, and a walk here would load the bases for number 4, Aaliyah Curtis.
So 2-2.
Next pitch,
Oh, boy, that one
bit high.
Just above the zone, barely above. And to be fair, that's where it was with Tennant at bat as well, too. So
next pitch. This is going to be a pop fly out towards center. It's going back to the wall, and the play is not made. So that will go ahead and advance at least one runner to come home. Maybe. No, everyone stays put. Now we're all sorts of messed up.
Got her there.
So the out's made there to throw to home is not going to be in time, so that's going to score a run.
Yep, that was all kinds of.
What the heck?
Yeah, a jumbled up base pass there. As it looked like Stevens players were kind of running up on themselves.
It's like the runners didn't advance. It's like they were trying to wait to see if, almost like they were notified late that an error was out in right field, so then they held up for the longest time. They got the tag out at second, but the double clutch to try to tag out Schroyer allowed the lead runner in Mayer to come home.
So the good thing for Spearfish, out of all that, they did record an out.
That just puts a runner on first, but now Stevens with their first base run of first run of the day. Still trying to. Here we go. All figured out. Runner's going to go from second. The throw is not there as the ball is dropped.
Good backup by Lyon in center to come in there and keep the runner at second.
It was a good throw.
Just wasn't quite handled there, and the throw got through. We'll watch this come straight up the center, and just maybe a little bit late was Dobson coming to cover there, and the ball scooted through. It was a good low throw right at the legs of the sliding Stevens Raider.
Next pitch, that one sinks on Johnson. Again, it was a nice, accurate throw. Liv Johnson had picked off someone on Sturgis last game on Tuesday from the catcher position. So she has the arm and the accuracy to do it. But now her sister, Emmy Johnson, staring at a 3-1.
Got to fight to get out of this here.
Next pitch is going to go high again, barely for another walk.
So not a lot of strikes being called at the top of that zone there.
Runners on first and second for number 15, Nora Tiedemann.
So that was actually Muth, the last at bat.
Okay.
Because Muth is, well, hold on. Muth is the base runner. This is Tiedemann now batting. And there's a strike called. Okay, so I believe that was Curtis last at bat. And now Muth is in at first running. And now in to bat for Muth is Tiedemann, who's originally supposed to bat second in the order.
Well, remember, you got that extra player, so that does
that's right.
That does kind of throw things off.
Now Johnson up in the count after that foul ball, 0-2. See if Emmy can find that last strike. And here's a shot that's going to go out towards center. Center field makes the catch, and the runner's going to come home, and Fireeisen won't be able to get it off in time, as that's going to be a one-run RBI single from Tiedemann.
Yeah, straight to center as Lyon hit the cutoff, but by the time Fireeisen turned to look at home, the runner was 2 feet from home plate, so best to swallow that there and keep the runners in place at first and second.
And now we have a stoppage in play to.
Could be a ball that got loose or a gate open or something down there.
So now that's going to bring up Cox. And that still has runners at first and second for Stevens. They now lead 2-0 on the Junick scoreboard. So Johnson, again, she's been cutting it really close on a few of these pitches, but just haven't been able to find that third out. Here's a pop fly that's going to go toward the Stevens dugout, and almost looked like Fireeisen was trying to track it down and not run into the first base coach as well.
Yeah, a little bit of traffic over there.
So Kara Cox, the senior, third baseman, and she pops this one in toward the center. Come to make the catch is the second baseman for Spearfish, and that's Taylor Tennant to get the Spartans out of the inning.
Nice job by Tennant to go back into the shallow outfield grass. There is just underneath that one. Popped it up. We see that from behind home plate, and she just faded back out, got herself in position, made the catch.
So Spearfish allows 2 runs here at the bottom of the second inning. To the top, the third we go. As you are watching high school softball live on KDSJ Sports.
Turn down for what?
From fender benders to deer crossings, it's just part of life. When it happens, take it to Jake's Collision Repair with 2 locations in Sturgis and Spearfish. Locally owned and serving the Black Hills for over 15 years, Jake's delivers top quality repairs using state-of-the-art equipment, advanced training, and eco-friendly paint systems. Their technicians are ICAR and PPG certified, and they work with any insurance company. So when collisions happen, and they will, choose Jake's Collision Repair.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees. Whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
Back here in Rapid City, Stevens with a 2-0 lead. We go to the top of the third inning, Clayson Davis, Paula James, and we start with one swing of the bat by Carlson, and the play is made by the first baseman, and Kokish.
Again, with Carlson over to first, and that ball almost went in the same place. It was just hit up in the air that time. It just went to the same area of the field. She kind of rolled one down that way her first at bat, and now it's going to bring up Roz Dobson.
Dobson had a nice battle last time she faced Muth with her first at-bat. And Dobson a bit late, swings and misses for strike one.
Yep. What you got to do, you got to think fastball the entire way, and then if you discover as you are making your motion to swing that it's a changeup, you got to try to keep your hands back and let it fly when that ball gets to you. So fastball first.
Fastball again. This one, Dobson swings low, too low for strike 2. So Muth and Kokish able to take care of the first batter. And now Muth wants a pitch away from taking care of Dobson. Here's a chopper that goes to second. Play is made over the first, and that's quick out number 2 by the Stevens defense.
So Dobson does get the bat on the ball there. Unfortunately, though, for her, she hit it right at one of the defenders. And
that was Tiedemann. So 4-3 for out number 2. And the next one to bat will be Liv Johnson. First pitch, and Muth is starting to find her groove with a first pitch, strike 1.
And you got to stay aggressive. You can't kind of fall asleep there. There's going to be strikes for you to hit. Stevens' pitching staff is going to throw strikes, and there's a foul ball that goes out of play.
Muth has not thrown a ball yet here in the top of the third. And now she's one strike away.
So you
get out of the inning.
You got to go up there with the mindset of, I'm going to get a hit. I'm not walking. There's going to be too many strikes, except for that one.
That one, it seemed like, again, it slipped out of her hand almost.
Don't swing at that one. But, yeah, you're right. And again, you're cold. You're trying to get a different grip on the ball. And you come around and you wind up, and that ball just slips right out. You can't feel it.
Next pitch, though, this one the opposite way. This one's going to be a bit high, and we're tied 2-2. It almost seemed like that last pitch, not the one that went high, but the one that rolled on the ground, almost looked like she was bowling.
Yeah.
If you can do that with the bowling ball, you have A, amazing shoulder strength, and B, I'm impressed.
Now a hard hit ball to short, but fielded, and a bad throw.
And it's going to be safe.
Yep. So Liv reaches on an error there. Nice pickup at short, but the throw a little off the mark. See it go Actually, it was, I think, maybe misplayed by first.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that one again on our Tropical Smoothie Cafe replay. It was a nice play by Kohlhoff to make the catch, and then to throw the first.
I think they just bounced out of her glove.
Yeah, it hit her glove. She just wasn't able to catch it. And that's, I believe, we're going to have a appeal by head coach.
Yeah, you're right. They're talking about it, but I think it's going to be safe. Yep.
And head coach Jeremy Kohlhoff, not a big fan of the call.
I think he may be saying that she never came off the bag. I guess if we look at that when she picked it up, did she pick it up in time as we watch this one again?
See.
Well, her foot came off.
Her foot came off, and she didn't have –
Yeah.
It goes back to the whole football discussion of, is it a catch? Feet was in bounds, but did not have complete control of the catch through the process.
Maintain control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at us combining sports.
Yeah, you can do that. Not accurately, but you can do that. I was going to say, I believe that should be a strike, and it was called a strike.
Yep.
Emmy Johnson. Emmy in there now, trying to move her sister up on the base paths.
I mean, if you think about it, there's fouls in baseball and softball, and there's fouls in basketball.
True. And Johnson stays put at first. She's a threat to steal.
Mm-hmm. Muth pitches outside. Muth checks first. Looks at her. Oh, they have wristbands that it's almost like a play calling sheet that a quarterback has.
Oh,
that's
yes.
what Muth has on.
Many teams, not all, but many will do that, where then the number can be called out by the coach from the dugout, and all they do is look at the wristband to know. They don't have to have code words or anything, just a number.
Johnson fouls this one on top of the ballpark and out of the ballpark. So now 2-2 count. With 2 outs, Liv at first, Emmy at bat.
2-2-2.
Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. Next pitch, a changeup that's going to go a base hit out toward left field, and it's going to be a single, but both the Johnson girls on base.
They are. They're doing their job, batting 3 and 4. Now need a little something behind them here as Olivia Lyons comes to bat. Again, she's got 1 hit on the season, got 1 the other night versus Johnston of Sturgis. A solid base hit into left.
Just glances right over Cox, the third baseman. So now Spearfish. They had 2 on base back in the first. See if they can and now here's a high pitch. That's going to advance the runners now into scoring position. So a base hit scores 1, possibly 2.
And if you get the danger of another wild pitch or a pass ball, you could score from third.
See if Olivia can find a pitch she likes and can hammer one out for a base hit. Next throw by Muth, and that's high for ball 2.
Home plate umpire Brett Distel has been very consistent. That pitch is skimming close to what you would call the top of the strike zone, but he's not giving it to anybody.
Distel, our Law on the Diamond, being brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Next pitch.
That one's in
one
there.
Is for strike.
Yep.
As Muth was able to sink that pitch just below that imaginary strike zone. She gets the play call from the coach. Next pitch, and Olivia swung low and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, it was hit. It was a good pitch right close to the top of the strike zone there, and Lyons was underneath it with her bat. So she can get the hands up a little bit, but then now we'll see if maybe Muth tries to dump a changeup in here in the bottom of the zone. We'll see what she comes with.
As Lyons will send this one to left field of the opposite ballpark.
Field 3, and we're in 2.
You can tell we're in field 2 because of the way it is. Still a 2-2 count. The Johnson girls at second and third. Next pitch is off the glove and back to the wall. Throw to first is not going to be on there in time, and Liv Johnson steals home.
Nice job to be on the ball there as we watch this one. We should get a good view.
Be close. Yeah, Muth was able to get the ball in time, but she didn't step on plate, and that allowed Johnson to slide into home.
Yep, she got right in that. The foot barely touched the plate before the tag was applied. Good job on really both teams. Good base running, good job on defense, good hustle by the catcher, good job by the pitcher to be there. But Spartans get their first run on the board.
First run of the season, and it's a steal by Liv Johnson. Full count pitch, and Lyons sends this one out to center. See you later.
A home run for Olivia Lyons as she drops the hammer on that one. A 2-run shot. We'll take a look at this.
Sent that one to I-90.
You could hear the contact on that one as well, too. Just barreled that one up and sent it over the right center field fence. So
on a full count as well, and Spearfish not only got their first run of the season with a steal by Liv Johnson, but a 2-run blast to right center. Put Spearfish on the board and in the lead with 2 outs. It's 3-2 on the Junick scoreboard.
Nice job by... See, you just got to string some hits together, right? Again, this is all with 2 outs.
Here comes Fireeisen. Had a hit last at bat. Check swing on the high cheese and called the ball.
And the catcher looked back at umpire Distel to say, where was that? And he said, it was a little high. Again, been very consistent, very consistent. That's what you want from your umpire.
Fireeisen this time fouls this one to field 3.
So here you are, ball on a strike. Again, you know strikes are coming here. Very odd to walk against the Stevens pitching.
And now Fireeisen shoots this one out toward left. And that one's going to go against the fence. Fireeisen's going to go to a second. How about Abby Fireeisen in her senior season lighting up the bats?
Yeah, it's her second double on the season there as we see that one drive out to left center. And, boy, she had some charge in that one as well.
That's going to spark a discussion at the circle.
It will.
Spearfish trailed 2-0 after Stevens got 2 runs on at the bottom of the second inning, and Spearfish has responded with 3 runs. First one, a steal from third by Liv Johnson. And then Olivia Lyons with a 2-run blast to right center. And now Abby Fireeisen with a shot out toward left. Puts her at second. And Spearfish leading the Stevens Raiders. I don't know if there was a time at all last season where Spearfish led the Raiders at all.
I don't believe so. So playing very solid here. Now all of a sudden, look, it gets contagious. You get one that hits, you get another that hits, and then all of a sudden a home run, and then you start to believe when you step up there in the box. So it's contagious. It really is.
Now here comes Taylor Tennant. See if she can keep up the momentum. Muth stays in the circle, and Tennant watches strike one fly by.
That one just on the outside part of the plate. Again, the square that you see there is only approximate. And again, we're not directly behind the pitcher. We're not able to get the camera directly back there. So it's only approximate.
Next pitch is high. Now Muth coming with some speed versus Tennant. Fireeisen still sits at second. She's got now 3 hits on the season. Next pitch, next throw by Muth, caught Tennant swinging for strike 2.
Now, she picked the right pitch to swing at. It was in the zone there. Now she just maybe kind of pulled her head a little bit and didn't quite watch it make contact with the bat, but she picked the right one.
1-2 count. Runner at second. Next pitch is low and in the dirt. And good job by the catcher and Russell to glove it, or else it would advance Fireeisen to third. Makes it a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Spearfish, 3 runs put on here at the top of the third inning. Next pitch, high, ball 3.
You can feel the pressure and the momentum, how it changes a little bit here. So now nothing is easy for the defense for Stevens. Again, they got the first 2 outs on the board, and then all this damage has come with 2 outs.
Here's the full count throw from Muth. And Tennant will fire it to the net.
So she slices it foul to the right now, made a little contact.
To the right.
Now she, feels the contact, feels the timing here. See what she can do here on another try.
3-2 count, runner still at second. Spearfish with 3 runs here in the top of the third. Next pitch, Tennant will foul this one again out to right.
So nice job. Again, there comes the contact now. You feel, okay, I got this timing thing down a little bit. I feel where I should be swinging. So you kind of gain a little confidence as you go through this, and again, the pitcher gets more frustrated.
You try the changeup here if you're Muth?
Yeah, 3-2. She
Doesn't
didn't
need
have
to.
Yep. Foul tip to the glove for strike 3, but the Spartans strike big time.
Oh, yeah.
First on a wild pitch, and then on a 2-run home run from Olivia Lyons to right. And they do leave a base runner on second. Spartans lead after the top of the third. It's 3-2. We're back after this on KDSJ-TV.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Clayson Davis, Paul James, live from Rapid City in a game where most people on the outside looking in would thought it would be getting close to being done to over at this point. But no, we're in a 1-run ball game with Spearfish with the lead over Rapid City Stevens, 3-2 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
And perhaps a little shot of confidence here for Emmy Johnson as she sees her offense score some runs for her. She steps back in the circle here. Again, just do what you've been doing. Try to throw more strikes than balls. Make them earn their way on base.
And Kohlhoff with a shot out toward left. That will fall foul, and she was waiting from that pitch from Emmy Johnson.
She was, and you can see the how she's ready to pull the trigger and ready to get ahead of it and yank one down the line. So anything center in, you don't want to throw to her. I'm thinking you want to stay high or low and away.
Next pitch is high. So she took your advice, Paul. It is away. It wasn't low, but.
Yep, either high and away or low and away. Just try to keep it away.
This time it is low for ball 2. So yeah, Johnson trying to throw anywhere but center against the cleanup hitter in Kohlhoff.
Stay away from center in.
Kohlhoff will pop this one into the air. Coming in on it is Fireeisen and makes the first out.
Yep, nice job. Again, got her to kind of stick it out, the bat out there, and just kind of flare it off, and she couldn't square it up and made for an easy out. So great start for the bottom of the third for the Spartans D.
Again, Spearfish 3 runs at the top of the third inning. And next up we're going to have, I believe this is the catcher in Russell.
Yep. Russell been doing a great job tonight. Hustles big time.
And a fastball by Johnson, good for strike 1.
Yep, and got one of those pitches that perhaps was on the outside part of the plate. You can see Johnson with the left-handed glove there reach across her body to grab that one. That one a little bit further outside.
So 1-1 count with 1 out. Second batter for Johnson to face, and Kohlhoff chops this one down toward third. It's going to go by Lyons all the way back to Carlson. Carlson not able to make the catch. The throw to second is not going to be there. It's going to go by second, and the Spartans in Fireeisen able to stop the bleeding, so Russell able to make it to first and then reaches second on a Spartan error. Puts a runner in scoring position for Stevens with one out.
Yeah, there'd be a base hit and then an error for the extra base there as the ball kind of skipped away from Carlson there. So, but one out in the inning here as Johnson tried to buckle down here.
Kokish next for Stevens. Walked last time. Tell that ball's a bit slick.
And it's getting cold, you know, now you really feel the chill setting in.
As now Kokish sends this one out toward center. Coming in is center field to make the catch, and the runner stays planted at second. So Spearfish records out number 2.
Well, you see Caitlin Lyon covering a lot of ground there. She came all the way into the edge of the dirt and made that catch for out number 2. So great job, good pitch there. Again, Spartans D is holding here.
Again, these mental errors for Spearfish, you don't see them much the first 2 games of the season so far. And now a dropped ball by Liv Johnson.
And
Russell
again,
stays planted.
Yeah, they're looking for any little gap, any little space there. That ball rolls away another foot, and Russell's probably off to the races.
So now Liv, next pitch. This is going to be a shot that goes by shortstop back to third. Back to left field. Carlson not able to make the catch. The throw to first is not going to be there. Johnson then drops it, and the runner goes to second. So it's going to be a 1-run RBI, I believe, single for Stevens, and then
going to
Mayer able to reach second on an error.
Yep. On the throw, yeah, it would technically, yes. I don't know if that would just go to a single and then a go into second on the throw, because even if Johnson would have caught that ball cleanly, I'm pretty sure she would have been safe at second.
So Stevens ties the game up at 2 apiece.
A pretty good pitch, a competitive pitch there by Johnson, but again, what we expected here from Stevens to get their share of hits, but the Spartans now and Stevens tied.
Schroyer sends this one out towards right center. And there, Carlson's able to make the play.
And that was out number 3. So Stevens does get their run, but the Spartans hold strong. Pretty good defense, making some plays. And, hey, we're going to the top of the 4th, and this is a ball game. It's 3 apiece. Stevens and Spearfish, South Dakota High School softball. You're watching it on KDSJ-TV.
Come with me now.
Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base Sports Nutrition Program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
As we return here with a softball game here on KDSJ-TV.
It's a game.
It is a game.
I'm excited to see the Spartans show some signs of life, show some offense. Again, struggled the other night. Again, you're going to see that in game 1. Sometimes you're just not ready to get the bats going, and maybe all it took was just seeing a little bit of live pitching and getting ready to roll. And Spartans batting now here in the top of the 4th. 3 apiece. It's a brand new game. Evie Whitlock,
8th grader. She's the leadoff hitter for Spearfish and swings and misses on a low pitch from Muth for strike 1.
Yep, a little late there on the swing there. Of course, again, she actually got a base hit the other night versus Sturgis. She hit a hard line drive to first that came out of the first baseman's glove. And now there she swings and misses at the second one. And she's doing fine. She's just made contact against a much faster pitcher the other night. Here, there's just a change of speed that's maybe tough to deal with.
And 1, 2, 3. Quick work for Macy Muth. It's going to strike out Everly Whitlock, I believe.
Yep.
That is either the first or second strikeout for Muth.
Yeah, not many.
Actually, the fourth, actually.
Well, but still not many. Not like it was the other night, as the Spartans have done a much better job of getting the bat on the ball and at least not striking out. Now, that time there, she did go. Looked like Caitlin offered at that one. A high one, too. It would have been a ball. But, of course, she got the bat on the ball her last time up and probably looking to do the same. Now, that one in the zone.
Yeah. It almost seems like that strike on the first pitch might have gotten Lyon thinking a little bit.
Yep. Now you just got a battle here. Anything close.
And that's going to be, it almost seemed like Lyon either
check swing.
Because it didn't look like she was trying to bunt.
Nope. She was going to hold up there, and the bat hit the ball, and it went foul.
After Lyon, it's Tennant and Fireeisen.
The Spartans getting through their lineup pretty quick. And now here's a ball hit to second.
Throw is made at first, and that's going to record out number 2.
So Lyon had several strikeouts the other night, but tonight here getting the bat on the ball. Again, a little improvement each time, a little bit at a time.
Here comes Venora Carlson.
Now Carlson, I'm sure she's thinking to herself, please don't let me hit it to first.
Outside, just on the line for strike 1.
And again, that's maybe by design there, as we've seen Carlson hit some off the end of the bat there. So rather than able to pull it, she's going to have to try to push it to right. There's another one close to that same spot, just a little bit further outside.
That first pitch, again, was right on the imaginary line. At least it was here on KDSJ-TV. Again, the box unofficial. This one's going to drop low on Muth for ball 2. Spartans did most of their damage, or all their damage here in the top of the third inning with 2 outs. See if Carlson can spark some of that momentum again. Carlson, chopper that's going to go to first, and the race to first is going to be won by the first baseman in Kokish.
Yeah, she just kind of smothered that and realized nobody was there, so she got up and jumped at first base to slap the glove on the bag to get the out. So again, Carlson grounding one towards first. 3 up, 3 down for the Spartans in the top half of their fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 3 apiece. Stevens and Spearfish hits high school softball on KDSJ-TV.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
No matter what life throws in your
As Paul James warms up with a new set of gloves.
Thank you, sir. The Wells Lamont work gloves got a little bit of extra
cushioning.
Cushion and insulation.
Warmth. Courtesy of your local Baumgars. No free shout-outs. Bottom of the fourth inning, we're tied 3 apiece, and Emmy Johnson stays in the circle and starts off this bottom of the fourth inning with a strike on Kara Collins.
She has thrown a lot of pitches in the last couple of days.
71 this contest and comes back with strike 2. It's another thing that we haven't talked about much today, Paul, but something that head coach Belle Lupkin also alluded to in our interview, and that is energy. And the Spartans on the road have been bringing it, especially after that third inning.
Boy, no kidding. You see them dancing around in the dugout over there.
And also might be to keep warm,
I was going to say perhaps to stay warm. Ooh, boy.
That was – there's been a few of those by Emmy that have just been right on the line. And now we're tied up at 2-2. Collins 1 for 1 on the day. Next pitch is going to go low and inside again on the line, and we're at a full count.
I got to hand it to Emmy. She's throwing some great pitches that are close. So they're competitive pitches that are right on the borderline, so she's doing a good job.
And this one might have got a little bit too amped up and throws high, and that's going to be a leadoff walk for Stevens.
And probably some frustration there, thinking she perhaps could have had strike 3 on one of those in particular, but didn't get the call.
Here's Macy Muth. As again, she's batting for Curtis, allegedly. And Muth just shoots this one right on top of second. It's going to go out toward right center. It's going to send one runner all the way home. The cutoff throw is not going to be there in time, and Stevens takes the lead.
Yeah, great shot into right center field gap there. So it was a solid base hit, and scoring all the way from first. You could see Tennant kind of leap and see that one go over her head into right center field. She called for the cutoff there, but just by the time the ball was retrieved and thrown in, just not going to do it. Not enough time to get it in.
So Stevens retakes the lead. It's now 4-3 on the Junick scoreboard.
Another borderline pitch as Johnson is really, and that's what you want to do as a pitcher. You can't serve it up down the middle every time to a team that can hit well. Another good spot, but just a little high.
Emmy's like, is this strike zone shrinking on me? Is
It's
it that cold?
It's been pretty consistent. Is it that cold?
Next pitch is low for now ball 3.
I still think I think she's pitched a great game. She's just flirting with the strike zone at the top and at the bottom. So she's
and outside ball 4. That puts runners at first and second. Now Stevens starting to roll. And that's going to spark the conversation at the circle for head coach Belle Lupkin and the Lady Spartans.
And just give her a breath. I mean, then you lose confidence in a situation like this. However, but I just think she's just doing a pretty darn good job of getting pitches right close where they need to be. And hopefully you're trying to entice the batters to swing at some of those pitches that aren't perfect, and hopefully they do pop them up or foul them off or whatever. But Stevens becoming a little more selective and not swinging at a lot of these.
So Johnson will stay in the circle. And here comes Kara Cox, third baseman. Runners at first and second, no outs. And Johnson goes low for the first pitch at Cox this go-around.
And so many of the hitters, you really got to be careful because it could be a home run ball. So
one home run this game already, courtesy of Caitlin Lyon.
Olivia Lyons. Yep.
Couldn't remember what first name hit it, and I guessed wrong.
50-50 shot.
And I lost. 2-0 count. Johnson next pitch. This one's going to be shot right in between short and third. It's going to go back to left field, and that's going to score another run for Stevens.
Yep, kind of mishandled out there in center as it pokes off the shoe of Lyon in center, and then Carlson right there, though, to pick it up and get it in quickly. Good job by her to be there and providing the backup. But Stevens with a couple runs in here now, and they got second and third with nobody out.
So the Raiders are cooking here at the bottom of the fourth inning. And now next shot, that's going to go right down the line over to left field. That's going to send one run home, 2 runs home possibly, and that's a 2-run RBI double for Rapid City Stevens. This one, I believe that was number 31, and that was Adriana Koloff. It's now 7-3.
Yep, and I think we're going to have a change in pitching here for the Spartans. Taylor Tennant will come in, and I know it's got to be frustrating there. A few times where Johnson thought she had some good pitches and maybe pitches worthy of a strike 3 that weren't called, and then and then trying to flirt with the edge of that strike zone and not getting the calls, and then you're forced to come in kind of sort of down the middle, so to speak, and then the ball gets hit pretty hard. So, yeah, it's a rough go when you don't get those calls, especially against a good hitting team.
So we will now see Taylor Tennant as Johnson ends the day. Well, ends this go-round. She can return if need be. But Emmy has pitched 3 total innings, throwing 78 pitches for 38 strikes. I think she would beg to differ with how many strikes were called.
Perhaps would have an argument there.
Walked 6. Didn't strike out anyone. Allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned.
Okay. And now Taylor Tennant out there.
We'll keep it right here. Again, thanks for tuning in to KDSJ-TV's coverage of high school softball, and we couldn't do it without some of our sponsors, including Pillin Optical right here in Rapid City, A&W Root Beer, Beef Logic, our matchup menu we'll have coming up here in a few moments, Heiserling Concrete, Jake's Collision Repair, the Millstone Family Restaurant, and our Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. So Tennant, her first pitch of the day is going to go high. She's facing Hazel Russell.
She threw a little bit at the end of the Sturgis game the other night, and now that one gets away.
Advances the runner from second to third. As Tennant, no runs given up versus Sturgis. Came in with Spearfish had 2 outs and at the bottom of the 6th inning. As now Russell line drives this one out to left all the way back to the fence. It's going to be another run scored for Stevens, and a 1-run RBI single for Russell puts another one on the board for Stevens.
It does, and she hit that one square, pulled it to left, and a double, scoring another run. Yep, 8-3. So now all of a sudden the bats come alive for Stevens.
Puts the runner at second, and still no outs. Ball number 1 here for Stevens and Taylor Kokish.
There's a strike. Tennant gets one across, but this inning, the Raiders hitting them where there isn't any defense. So
outside pitch is going to go low. Throw to third is going to be in time, but not.
No tag there.
No tag, as now Taylor. Nope, that is third base is Olivia Lyons.
Mm-hmm. Good stop by Johnson at home plate there, and a ball that bounced in. So 2 balls, or is it 3 and a strike?
3 and a strike. Runner at third. See if Tennant can find her groove. Next pitch is going to loft high, and that puts runners in the corners.
So now first and third with nobody out, as the Spartans got to try to come up with some outs here. Right now they've been tough to come by.
Excuse me, it's 9-3.
Yep.
Got behind 6 runs this inning for Stevens. There's a low pitch. The throw to second's not going to be there as runner goes ahead and advances up to second. That's Kokish. And again, we've alluded to that multiple times, Paul, as Stevens will run.
Yep.
Foul ball.
It bounces back into the field of play. It is 2 strikes now. So Tennant loved to get this one here as the first out.
Lost connection on KDSJ-TV on YouTube, so we'll try to reset that as fast. Oh, nope, we're back.
Okay.
False alarm. And we have a discussion.
Again, there's something.
Something was said?
No,
or
no,
a ball,
I think it's a ball or something. It's something down the line. So I saw the coach run back down that way, so it could have been a gate again or something.
Someone's trying to get in for free.
Yeah, I know, right?
Foul ball again. Been behind on my count, so that makes it a 1-2 count, still with no outs. 2 runners in scoring position. Spearfish desperately needing their first out. So it's 8-0 on the scoreboard here. By my live stats, it's 9-0.
I think the live stats I would go by. I think that's a touch more accurate.
I trust your judgment. Some high cheese that was hit off the handle for Bristol Mayer. With the Louisville Slugger. I don't know bats, but I saw Louisville on the top of the bat.
Well, that's one you do know. There, you got that one right.
Yeah, I know that one. High pitch, 2-2 count. Runner still at second and third. Another high pitch. Tennant might have held on to that one a little bit too long, and now we're at a full count. Walk here would load the bases. Next pitch is going to be a shot out toward right. That will fall foul. So Tennant needed to throw a strike, and Mayer was waiting for it. Here at the bottom of the 4th inning in a chilly Rapid City.
Yeah, boy, it's dropped the temperature, that's for sure.
High pitch for ball 4, and the bases have been loaded with no outs, and Stevens recording 6 runs.
The walk loads the bases for number 32, Adlai Schroyer.
Here at the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, it's been a huge inning for Stevens here. They couldn't really get anything going against Johnson, and she did a whale of a job, really. And just a foul ball, just foul.
Adlai Schroyer, 0 for 1 on the day, but has been walked.
I believe she popped out her last time up.
Schroyer pops this one out back toward right field, and right field's not able to make a play. It's going to score 1 run for Stevens. Make that 2 runs for Stevens. And runners are set up at second and third.
Oh, look out behind you. There's another one.
Play still.
It's still alive.
I didn't realize thought we kind of put a conclusion on that play, but I guess not.
Nope. As long as the ball hasn't come to the circle and people haven't retreated back to the base, it's still live. So, yeah, just over the head of Whitlock and right, so a pretty good drive by Schroyer.
Should make it now 11-0. It says 10-0 here on the scoreboard.
11-3.
11-3, that is.
Yeah, it should be 11, like you said. I think you've got that correct.
It was a 3-2 ball game not that long ago, and Stevens has let up the bats. Tennant now down in this count, 0-2. Your coach Lubkin starting to think, how long do you want to see if Tennant can battle out of this lull she's got into?
Try to get something created here, some outs, even a pop out, a ground out, even if it scores a run just to get an out on the board.
Foul pitch, and there Tennant is able to find the strike. And here we go, 2-2 count, bases loaded. See if Tennant can find 1 strike to record her first strikeout. And this is a foul tip that will land at about third base in field 3. Man, when that sun goes down, it goes down.
And it gets cold.
Here's a hit off the bat that's going to go over the head of the shortstop. That's going to score some more runs for Stevens. In fact, it scores 1 more.
Yeah, just out of the, we see the crowd there. That's what we really needed to see. We'll catch it. Here it comes.
There it
is.
is.
It goes over the head of Dobson there. She couldn't quite catch up to that one. It wasn't hit very well, but just hard enough to get it out of the infield.
So now Stevens up 12-3 on the Junick scoreboard, still with no outs.
Just everything, I don't know if it's everything, but a lot of things going right for the Spearfish defense in the first 3 innings, and now nothing wants to go right. Balls are hit where their defense isn't, and unable to record outs.
Now a grounder that's going to split in between second and third back to center. Let's score another run for Stevens.
And it just keeps piling up.
Scoots right on by the feet of Tennant. It's now 13-3. Again, it was a 3-2 game in favor of Spearfish. And now this inning, 10 runs for Stevens.
Lily Larson on the base path for the Raiders.
Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, no, that's right. Because at the ending of 3, it was 3-3. And now it's, yep, okay. We know how much of a challenge math is, so just making sure we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's. Runners in the corners, still no outs. And a high pitch, and that's going to be a throw all the way past second. That's going to score the runner from third.
Yep, and I think that was actually an errant throw back to the pitcher.
Yeah.
Then it easily scores that run, like you said. So now 14-3 game.
Still with no outs, 11 runs scored. And now up to bat is number 15, Nora Tiedemann. And there's a strike thrown by Tennant.
Tough to keep your composure here, tough to keep concentration. Then you kind of mentally lose focus a little bit after all of this, and now foul ball.
Drops right in front of home plate. This makes it a 2-1 count to Tiedemann. Cox is on deck. Stevens has batted around here in the bottom of the 4th. Another foul ball that just barely nicked the bat. I didn't even hear it.
Yeah, I could slightly barely hear that, just a very subtle little clunk, but yeah, foul ball there. So
still a 1-2 count. Spearfish desperately needing that third out. Low pitch. Check swing by Tiedemann, and we're tied at 2-2. Stevens' offense has been on fire here at the bottom of the 4th, and the outfield's only getting colder for Spearfish.
Yeah.
Now a bit high. Again, as the temperature continues to drop, it's going to be hard to keep feeling of that ball for Tennant.
And this guy right here, if you look below my finger, is getting cold.
On the, I forgot we're on camera still.
Yes, we're on camera.
I was like looking up. I'm like, what are we doing? Oh.
Base on balls now at the plate, number 30.
So that's going to be a walk, and the bases are again loaded. Nope, just runners at first and second.
First and second, yep.
I couldn't see third because there was a cameraman in my way. The guy at the end of my finger.
He's kind of pounded on, so.
Outside pitch.
That's a pretty good pitch there, but not given a strike there as Tennant kind of rubs her hand there again. Cold, cold, cold right now. There's a hard hit ball to left, but foul.
Says it's 45 degrees out.
Hour and a half ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, that feels pretty warm.
Now foul the other way. So some opportunities here for Tinnett. She's been able to get some couple of times 2 strikes on some batters here, but just no outs as of yet. Isn't that amazing how it can go one way and then switch to another?
Next pitch is outside. Ball 2.
Not a horrible spot there. We'll see if Tinnett tries to come back to the outside part of the plate again.
Cox is 1 for 3, and now this is going to bounce off the plate, and the runners advance now from first to second and third. And we're at a full count. A walk would load the bases again.
We'll see where Tinnett comes, tries to charge in there into the strike zone somewhere.
And Cox hammers this one out toward left. The play is made, so that's going to record the first out, but the throw back to home is not going to be there, so that will score another run for Stevens on the sac fly.
And thankfully for Spearfish, they do record an out on that one as we see it driven out in the left. And
Catch
I believe
made
that's
by Emmy Johnson.
Yep. And she tried to come home on that throw, and it was off the mark and got over the head of Liv Johnson. Wouldn't have been there in time probably, but it did allow that runner to move up to third. So finally an out recorded. And the pitch a little bit inside, so it's 1-0.
Puts the runner on third. This is Koloff. It just seems like she just batted, but again, Stevens has batted around. Now Koloff chops this one over to second, and an error by second scores another run for Stevens.
And I think an error on the cameraman, too, if you look at the replay. But
error on the replay guy because he didn't hit the button.
I don't think anybody wanted to see that one again anyway. So, but yeah, runner scores, and now 16-3, 13 on the board for Stevens here in the bottom of the fourth.
Runner at first.
And now we're seeing passed balls and wild pitches, and all of a sudden the wheels kind of come off. So really some, I would say through 3 innings, almost mistake-free ball by the Spartans, as they really didn't make anything glaring for mistakes, or if they did, they didn't compound it. And now it just kind of is snowballing a little bit.
I put my phone in my pocket where my hands are. My hands were just starting to get warm.
That phone is ice cold.
That phone, yeah, this phone is it's an ice cube. One of those hot chocolates at the concession stand I had earlier today. That sounds like a pretty good idea right now.
There you go.
Low pitch off the dirt, and that's going to move the runner now from second to third. And it's 3-1 count. 16-3. 13 runs scored by Stevens here at the bottom of the fourth inning. And now a shot out toward right center, and Johnson makes the catch. Record the out, but the throw home will not be in time. She throws to the cutoff, and Spearfish records out number 2, but at cost of another run.
Yep. And really nothing you can do there. It's just tagging and running in. No way to throw that out. That's just, it's too far. And now another run on the board, but finally 2 on the scoreboard, 2 outs.
Ladies and gentlemen, concession stand will be closing in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Ah, crap.
So that's the only way you're going to get your hot chocolate is if you get over. If you want to go ahead.
No, I can tough it out.
Number 17, Jocelyn Thompson into the game.
Substitution coming in for Stevens, Jocelyn Thompson.
They lead by 14. And now out of the ballpark was Jocelyn Thompson, the senior. Again, the substitute Paul alluded to. Batting for Kokish. Now a low pitch and inside. Do note at the conclusion of this contest, we'll have our Stadium Sports Grill postgame show immediately following. There's another foul ball to field 3. But our Stadium Sports Grill postgame show will recap this game quickly, name a superior performer, and get to somewhere warmer. Inside again for ball 2.
So one more out, that elusive third out, as this inning has drug on for quite some time. Just a little bit high, now full count.
Spearfish with 2 outs. And for the first time in a long time, no one is on base, I just now realized.
Well,
until now.
No.
I had a runner on third, and I realized no one was at third.
Thompson claims first base, now number 7 to the plate, Bristol Meyer.
It's going to bring up Bristol Meyer. Meyer is 2 for 2 with a walk. Has 2 runs as well and 1 RBI. So probably not who the Spartans want to see in this spot, trying to get their last out. Low and inside for Tennant. And again, that ball is just only getting colder.
See, a lot of the girls was just straight short sleeves.
Tougher than I am. This next foul ball ends up in the Stevens bullpen.
Few of them donning sweatshirts. One extreme to the next.
Here's a chopper that goes over to short. Throw the first is going to be there in time, and that will mercifully put Spearfish out of the inning.
Yep, finally, but a massive inning for Stevens as they were able to put up 13 runs, or 14 actually. They lead it 17-3 in a game that was a great game through 3 full innings. Now cracked wide open by Stevens. We'll be back after this for the top of the 5th.
I'm getting my hot chocolate.
Okay.
Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
Real value starts at Unix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, your hometown dealer on West Jackson and Spearfish. Shop our wide selection, schedule expert service, and see the just arrived Jeep Cherokee and Jeep Grand Cherokee. We're dedicated to helping you drive home happy, whether you're searching for a new ride or keeping yours running strong. Stop in or visit our website to experience the Junix difference. Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, where service, selection, and savings come together for you.
Make eating better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made to order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood, all with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90, exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Back we are in Rapid City at the Parkview Softball Complex against Stevens with a huge bottom of the 4th inning. They lead it 17-3 on the Unix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. No, I can't really say it very smoothly because I'm getting cold. But, yeah, everybody else I'm sure getting a little chillish too here. And Roz Dobson ready to step in against a new pitcher for Stevens. I believe it was Collins.
Let me see here. I stood up for not even 3 minutes, and my legs are already cold. Get underneath this blanket that you guys gracefully provided me.
Here we go.
All I wanted was a hot chocolate, and I was the last customer as the door is now shut.
Oh, all right. Hey, well, wrap it up.
Our cord is still in there, so.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to let us get that out of there.
Yeah.
Probably just cut it off. So
yeah.
1-0 to Dobson. And now a hitter, and you don't want to get hit when you're that cold.
No, because that stings that much more. So Dobson first. Leadoff hit by pitch.
First for number 12, Liv Johnson.
Here comes Liv Johnson.
Liv says, I don't need no stinking sweatshirt. It's April. It's the month of spring. Nice weather. Let's play some softball.
It's not like we live in South Dakota or anything like that.
That one in the dirt.
Ball one. Again, your new pitcher is Kara Collins. Relieves Macy Muth. Let's check out Muth's performance today. 4 innings pitched, allowing 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Walked 1. Wow, and struck out 3. I thought she walked more than that, but no, they only have her for 1 walk. So overall, aside from that 3rd inning, pretty good day for Muth in her debut this season for Stevens. Again, just the first game of the year for Stevens. Spearfish played back on Tuesday here on KDSJ Sports. Johnson chops this one over to short, and that's going to go all the way second. Going to go by second. That's going to go score Dobson from third, and Spearfish on the board.
Yeah, turn of events there as the Spartans are able to get a run on the board. And again, just a little luck. Put the ball into play. It wasn't a hard hit ball by any means, and it rolled around out on the field, and then eventually a bad throw off the mark, and everybody's cold when it comes to throwing and running and catching, so an error by Stevens. Now pitch inside,
Run scores for the Spartans,
and that's going to put Johnson back at second. This is Emmy Johnson.
And you can tell Liv's got a little bit of speed, too. Once she saw that softball fly by her face at first base, put on the brakes, drifted into second gear, and strolled on over to second.
Now pitch a little bit low here. It's 2-0. Yeah, handed to Spearfish in their dugout. Is still making noise.
I think at this point, again, it's to keep warm. It's not breezy out at all.
No, thank goodness
or else
that there really isn't much of any
It would be
wind.
about 20 degrees colder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would be. It'd be a rough go tonight.
3-0 count, high pitch, and now we have runners at first and second, and again it's the Johnsons with no outs. And now
quick meeting.
Again, this is Kara Collins in the circle. Here comes Olivia Lyons. Had the home run back in the third.
Is it a wind or is that you breathing?
That's me breathing. Starting to get the shivers. I'm like, oh, this ain't good.
That one right down Broadway for strike one.
17-4 on the Junix scoreboard. Collins in for Muth. Good looking pitch by Collins for strike two. So 2-0 count now for Lions.
You got to come to hit here, so.
See what Collins goes with this go-around. It's going to be straight heat outside for the first ball of the count.
Actually, a really good pitch there, good spot. And Lions did not go for it, no strike call on that one. So here we are with 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch, and Lyons was waiting for it and sends it to the other ballpark with another foul ball.
And what, 1 for 2 with that 2-run home run?
Yes. See if she can load the bases, if not score a run. And it's going to be an outside pitch, and we're tied at 2 apiece. No outs yet for Spearfish here at the top of the 5th. Next up for the Spartans will be Rapid City Stevens again on the 16th.
Huh, how about
at
that?
home.
At home, though, yep.
Watch that on KDSJ Sports. Here's a chopper that goes over to second. Play is made at second, so Emmy Johnson out there, but that advances Liv Johnson over to third.
And the quick throw there, get the force out. And so, yeah, first and third.
Puts runners in the corners. Here comes Abby Fireeisen.
She had a double her last time up.
On the season, she is 3 for 5. 2 for 2 today. Low pitch. Good job by the catcher, Russell, to cover it and keep runners planted in the corners.
Nimble catcher, good. She hustles, stops balls back there, and the ones she doesn't, she gets after quickly.
Smoot looks at her wristband, gets the pitch she wants. And there's a strike. Catch in the outside corner.
And Collins pitching, right?
Collins, yep. I say Muth.
Yeah, but that's
on
okay.
me.
You did for 3/4 of the game, so. So ball and a strike.
As now Fireeisen swings at a low throw for strike 2. There's all sorts of commotion coming from that Spearfish dugout.
There is.
1-2 pitch. And there's strike 3.
Called the inside, and then the throw down to second. Is that out? Nope.
No.
That is safe.
So that will record the first out for second out for Spearfish. But that does
scored the runner from third.
And now our tablet's getting cold because it's not on one to play my replay. So Spearfish not going quietly into that good night. It's now 16-5 on the Junick scoreboard.
17.
17, yep.
And a swing and a miss by Tennant.
It's Taylor Tennant now pitching for the Spartans. So a 12-run game, 2 runs put up by the Spartans here in the top of the 5th, outside and low for now 1-1 count. Next pitch by Collins is good for a strike 2.
Yep, right down the middle there.
Gloves keeping you warm?
You know they were, but that ship has sailed.
It's at the point now everything is cold.
It's just cold. Then a foul by Tennant. I hope you got batting gloves tonight because of the sting of the bat.
About 90% sure Liv Johnson doesn't.
No, yeah, some.
Also, she's not wearing sleeves and toughing it out.
That's right.
Here's a chopper that lands right in front of home plate, and Collins doesn't have a play with it.
Nothing you can do with it. Stick it in your back pocket. It's just like a bunt. Just far enough away from the catcher, just far enough away from the pitcher, just landed.
Just died right in the dirt. So now runners in the corners again for Spearfish with 2 outs. Trying to spark a comeback. So that will bring up Whitlock.
It will be over, I believe, if the Spartans can't get 3 runs. They need to get 3 to keep it going because they're down by 12 and we're in the 5th.
That is true. 10 run after 5, right?
Yep.
High pitch. So a grand slam here would extend the game. Not a grand slam.
3-run.
3-run.
Just get that thick part of the bat out there.
Oh, yeah.
With some speed.
And velocity.
It's easy. Said no one ever.
Just don't hit it too high. Just hit it hard.
Yep. And a swing and a miss by Whitlock there.
That's going to be strike 2. Spearfish down to their last strike. Again, our Stadium Sports Grill post-game show coming up immediately after this contest.
Good job by Whitlock to lay off on that one.
2 outs for Spearfish. Runs 6 and 7 in the corners right now for the Lady Spartans. Next pitch down Main Street.
And that's going to wrap it up, as that is ball game. But Spartans had a pretty good go of it there for 3 innings of this game. They had the lead 3-2 and then 3-3, but then things fell apart in the 4th. And now the game is concluded here tonight with Spearfish losing this one 16-5. We'll take a little break.
Let's go. Yeah, let's take one. We'll decide how long it's going to be when we warm up for a bit.
All right.
Let's play some music while we're at it. Stevens, after an explosion of runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, they end this game early. 17-5 your final. Our Stadium Sports post-game show coming up next.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
The Stadium Sports Grill is where sports fans meet in Spearfish. The stadium is locally owned and operated, and they carry the NFL ticket, NBA package, college sports pack, and stream all BHSU and Spearfish Spartan sporting events. Their famous steak tips and hand-patty burgers will satisfy any sports fan. The stadium is a full bar and grill, open daily for lunch at 11 a.m. and serving brunch on Sundays starting at 10. Plus, don't forget the scoreboard on Ryan Road next to Safeway. See you soon at the Stadium Sports Grill, Main Street, Spearfish.
Welcome back to the Parkview Softball Sportsplex here in Rapid City, as the Stevens Lady Raiders, behind a 14-run 4th inning, defeated the Spartans after 5, 17-5 your final. It's our Stadium Sports Grill postgame show, being brought to you by the Stadium Sports Grill in Spearfish, where sports fans meet. We'll recap this game and then name a superior performer, as Stevens scored 14 runs in the 4th inning, which helped them defeat the Spartans. They opened the game in the bottom of the 2nd thanks to 2 singles when Kara Collins singled, scoring a run. Spearfish then took the lead at the top of the 3rd. Olivia Lyons homered to center field, scoring 3 runs to give the Spartans an edge 3-2. And then it was all Stevens the rest of the way, as Bristol Mayer doubled down the left field line, which helped Stevens tie the game at the bottom of the 3rd, and then they completely took over, scoring 14 runs and 9 hits at the bottom of the 4th to take a 17-3 lead. Emmy Johnson opened the game for the Spartans. She surrendered 14 hits and 14 runs over 3 innings, striking out none and walking 8. Muth started the game for Stevens. Macy Muth, the junior, she surrendered 6 hits and 3 runs over 4 innings, striking out 3 and walking 1. Lions provided a pop in the middle of the lineup for Spearfish, as she went 2 for 3 on the day. Liv Johnson led the Spartans with 3 hits at 3 at-bats. Abby Fireeisen collected 2 hits for the Spartans at 3 at-bats. Johnson stole 2 bases, Liv Johnson that is, and Spearfish had 5 stolen bases on the day. Stevens had 15 hits in the game with Muth, also Hazel Russell, Mayer, Aaliyah Curtis, Schroyer, Muth, Russell, Cox, Collins, and Tiedemann each drove in 2 runs for Stevens. They also had 10 walks in the game. Kokish and Tiedemann led the team with 2 walks each, and Tiedemann stole 2 bases. Stevens stole 7 bases on the day. Next game for the Lady Spartans will be versus Rapid City Stevens on the 16th. You'll catch that right here on KDSJ Sports. Meanwhile, for Rapid City Stevens, their next contest, as they start the season 1-0, they will take on Spearfish. So these 2 teams will meet again next week. It's time to name a superior performer for this matchup, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Thank our friends at Superior Auto Solutions. You can give them a call at 605-642-9111 or see their inventory online at superioroutosd.com. And we're going to give it to a Spearfish Lady Spartan. And it's going to go to, after tallying up all 1 of the votes, it is going to go, I can find, here we go, get my graphic made and everything. Olivia Lyons with the 3-run homer is our player of the game. This contest being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. Again, Lyons homered to center field and also did some damage in the middle of the lineup with 2 runs batted in and went 2 for 3 on the day. As Liv Johnson went 3 for 3 and Abby Fireeisen went 2 for 3 on the day. So, again, congratulations to Lyons for our superior performer for this contest. And, again, that'll do it. Join us tomorrow as we'll have more high school sports with Belle Fourche traveling to Spearfish to take on the Spartans on KDSJ Radio and KDSJ-TV. First pitch at 7 o'clock live here on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook, and also on 980 AM, 103.5 FM, and KDSJ980.com. As, again, if you missed this broadcast or any of our previous games, you can rewatch any game at any time. Just go to our YouTube page at KDSJ-TV on YouTube. Remember to like and subscribe so you never miss another live sports broadcast. And also for updated sports and news headlines across the listening area, you can go follow us on Facebook at Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ. I'm Cold. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in here with KDSJ Sports. For Paul James, I'm Clayson Davis. Everyone have a nice